Nice one.
We're ready. Coach, if you could just start us out with your thoughts on this afternoon's match.
Well, I think we pretty much struggled blocking and slowing down Clarion. I think that was the biggest issue that we had, along with a little bit of ball control and serve receive. We just quite couldn't get into system, and they did a nice job of keeping us out of system. But we weren't slowing the ball down enough when they were attacking, so especially out of the middle.
That third set was a little bit better for you. Did anything change? I mean, you mentioned some of the things that weren't working for you. Were those things started to click a little bit in that third
Yeah,
set?
what we were able to do is control the ball enough to get it to our middles, Laura, Latoya, and Maria, and then also our right side started really coming on for us as well. So when we were able to control the ball, get the ball to the middle, they struggled with us as well. So that was the biggest thing, ball control.
Latoya, tell me a little bit about that third set. I mean, you guys, it was a difficult second set. What was the discussion like between sets to really come out and try to make a match?
We just came out and we just tried to forget about the first and second set, and we don't have anything else to lose, so we put it all out and just try and do the best we can do.
What was this experience like for you? I mean, I know you're playing a conference opponent, but did this atmosphere or this field a little bit different being in the NCAAs?
Yeah, it felt completely different. We were all real excited and just ready to go out and do everything that we could to win.
Coach, a young team for you. What were some lessons learned maybe this afternoon that you can put forth the next year?
I think they needed to get most of these girls on this team haven't been to the regional tournament, so I think a little bit of nerves, and I think they needed to realize just to settle in, and it's just the same net, the same court, and the same ball. So a little bit of anxiety we had for some of them had, but for us, like I said, it just comes down to ball control. So
I know it's all, still awfully fresh, but can you reflect on the season that you've had to get to this point?
Yeah, we started off really strong, really doing some really good things. We had a lot of depth, and unfortunately, right in the middle of the season, we lost 4 or 5 players, and players that really make an impact for us. The other one stepped up and did a really nice job, but when you got Megan Branchick, our all-conference player, sitting on the bench the entire year, and then you've got Joe Glover, a 6-foot sophomore outside hitter that does a really nice job blocking and hitting for us. When you take out some of those pieces, it started to get a little tough. But in the end, we started playing well, and earned the spot and the experience to come here.
And I'm assuming that you're rather proud of the way your squad came out in that third set.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we just kept saying, just enjoy the experience. Just be tenacious. Just do everything you can just to keep the ball off the floor. Everything else will fall once you start just keeping the ball off the floor. And our defense, we're kind of running a little bit. We just needed to try to settle them down, to slow the game down for them. And once we started doing that, we started started scoring some points. So.
Thank you very much. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thanks.
over like this.
Oh.
Yep.
That's
You're,
what
you're
counts.
welcome.
Oh, you can sit in the middle.
Yeah,
You sit in the middle, Coach.
No.
I should be hitting negative 1,000. Oh, I'll sit there. Look at your screen back there.
All right, Coach, if you could just start us out with your thoughts on the win in today's match.
Really excited, first of all, and I think the happiest just because we've worked really, really hard the last 5 days after losing in the conference quarterfinals on a few things that Cal really exposed as weaknesses, and it really showed on the court the things that we really worked towards. So I'm happy with how disciplined they were.
Taylor, tell me a little bit about the start that you guys got off to. Really quick start, really kind of setting the tone. Tell me a little bit about how important it was.
Well, starting off with a great attitude and a higher intensity is always a good thing. The intensity is really what drives how well we do. We find that the more intense we are and the higher up all of our attitudes are, the better that we play. And so we find that it's really important to keep a high attitude the whole time.
Laura, tell me a little bit about directing that offense out there, and a nice hitting percentage here today. Seemed like you guys really executed what you wanted to do.
I mean, it's just so fun. The hitters make it so easy. I mean, I just have to put the ball up there and then get the kill. So, I mean, they just make my job so easy. It's a blast.
They struggled a little bit, as they said, with a little bit of ball control, Coach. What do you think led to that?
I think we serve tough. I mean, we've talked about that in our gym, about kind of trying to work to get teams out of system. Their middles are pretty strong, especially number 2. We really didn't want to have to defend her a lot. And we started off defending her really well when they were in system. But even late down the stretch, she was the one that kind of was still able to score on us. So basically serving tough, getting them out of system, we'd rather have to defend their outsides. I feel like we did a really nice job of doing that as well. Defending the out and the right. So I thought Morgan had a great game. She was exactly where she needed to be. A lot of things that we worked on with her being stopped on defense. I think she did a great job of that.
To the players, tell me a little bit about the feeling today. I know the conference opponents, something you're familiar with, but did it feel a little bit different being in the NCAA tournament?
I'd say definitely yes. I mean, we played them twice throughout the season, and both games were pretty close. So you never know, like, what teams come out in the tournaments like this full force. So we just had to make sure that we had our intensity out from the very beginning, and that we were playing at our best the whole time. Or else, because they almost snuck up on us on the end when we started getting a little. So I mean, they're a very good team. So we just had to play hard.
Coach, with the previous 2 matchups, did they do anything different, or did you do anything different? I mean, you can maybe anticipate some things or not. So.
Yeah, I mean, we know what to expect with them. They didn't dump, their setters did not dump on us as much as they did the last time. I think once you pick that up a couple of times, they shy away from it. They realize that the hole's not there. But, for the most part, I really thought we were a lot more disciplined than when we played them during the regular season. And we've had a week off. We've had a week off to work on some of those specific things, and I think that we kind of came out fired up. We were ready to go.
Yeah.
They've been ready to go for about a week. I think they're still feeling a little salty. They weren't playing last weekend, so I think we were ready to go.
Well, if you were ready to go today, I'm going to guess you're going to be really ready to go
Oh,
tomorrow.
very ready.
Thanks. So tell me a little bit about tomorrow's matchup.
I mean, we're still a little salty that Cal knocked us out of play. So I think it's going to be a good one.
Yeah.
We're ready.
That only drives us to want to work harder.
Yeah.
Especially since it's such a bigger game.
Yeah,
It's
and
gonna
just
mean
like
so
Coach
much
said,
more.
we've been working on stuff that we saw as weaknesses during that game for the last week. So
Yeah, and
it'll be interesting.
yeah, it's been an interesting matchup. Basically, all 3 times we've played them. The only one that we've been able to take from them was a 5-setter where we came out and went down 0-2 at their place. And they're tough, they're athletic, they're the best, one of the best blocking teams probably in the country. When they're kind of firing on all cylinders. And I think we know a little bit more about what to expect, and we've been training that in our gym, and making our assistant do a little bit of blocking within the gym for our outsides to do a little bit better. Hey, swing some high hands, but and they're really, really well coached. I have a lot of respect for what they're doing in their gym. So, I'm excited that we get another crack at it, and the chips will fall where they may. But I'm just excited to be back in the second round of the NCAA.
All right. Congratulations. We'll see you tomorrow night.
Thank you.